Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to this amazing Diwali Dhamaka battle presented by Vortex Esports. Myself, Eagle, and here we are ready for that second day. Yes, the day two would be really very exciting, and if I talk about especially the first match, it is in the map of Miramar. Let's go and visit out at what actually the schedule gonna be and how it looks like. But yes, we have to be really be careful that how actually these battles gonna take place. If I talk about today's schedule, Miramar Wrangle, and the last match will be again Miramar, the map of deserts. I'm pretty much excited, but why actually these battles are taking place? If I talk about the prize pool, that's pretty decent. 15,000 rupees on stake. You have to be quite, alert. You have to be quite attentive at this point of the game because there's still point of comebacks. If I talk about the points distribution, yeah, somewhat it looks like this. First position will get 10 points. Then if I talk about second position, it'll 6, then third position 5th, and so on. We'll be watching the point system. If I talk about the playing teams, so yeah, the playing teams are quite decent. 20 teams all around out there. I think today is still the chance for the top 15 teams to come around and show their best game, their A game, what they can do is. But yes, not without wasting much time, we would rightly love to see that how actually the fly paths looks like. And yes, here you go, this is the plain path. And if I talk about the fly path, that is really very needed. Map of Miramar always comes with a lot of chaos, always comes with a lot of battles out there, and it would be really exciting to see how actually these battles would take place. But yeah, if I talk about the fly path, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty decent, to be precise. Starting from those northeastern parts of the region, ending around those southwestern parts of the region, we could not see a lot of clusters out there. We could not see a lot of challenges out there. And yes, this is what we talk about. This is what we are looking for. But if I talk about the drop clashes, this is very much needed. This is very much required for the players and for the teams to be going in. And if I talk about the Pecado, the heart of Miramar, we always talk about those clusters, those chaos, those dangerous fights, at how actually these players gonna play along and how actually this battle look like. And we'll move towards Pecado first. Some more fights, and yes, even they are looking quite aggressive right over here. Newchin, they have got those one finish point right there. They have lost one player, and this is what we were talking about. This is what we were looking for. It is always not very much easy for the players, for the teams to be going around with that game style, with that pattern of the game, but it's very much needed as well. You have to be quite careful. You have to having a quite decent angle out there, trying to figure it out that how actually they can build the things up. But there you go, finally the battle is taking place. It's team PLFx7 Scarlet. One player is already lost and she's knocked out. Now these two players, they have those potential, they have those doability, that how they can fix out the things. The revival is going on right now over there, but team number 19, even they are too close. If I talk about team I go to El Pozo around those regions, Jasmine, Noji, Crystal, these are the two players standing right over there. And things wouldn't be very much easy. Things wouldn't be very much doable for the players, doable for the teams. Crystal in front of them, it's team number 24. 4 men standing quite alert. Every team is playing with their true potential and trying to do their best. You have to be very much precise at this point of the game. Vizzy, she showed an A gameplay yesterday, but now how she gonna play? How she gonna go around? This is very much important. And there's finally a fight coming in. There's finally a battle coming in. I think it's Team TH. They're rolling in like something. They're coming in hard. They're coming in aggressive. They won't allow even those finishers point. But oh, Kuhu Nub DSG. Even she is very much ready for those fights. And yes, we could see those fights very quickly. You have to take those calls very nicely. You have to take those moments very nicely. Going in with all those aggression out there. Oh, she has got that shot. That was a good one. Liaiba going in, dashing in with that MP45 and M416. It's going to be troubling for the last Lone Ranger surviving. Still that search is going on. Vizzy with that Molotov, and I think she has got that finish point. I think so. They're still rushing in and trying to figure it out that what could be better. But yeah, I believe they have got those finish point, and now looting would be going on. If we come back to Pecado, oh yeah, Pecado is still looking quite silent, and it's, you know, something that we don't see very much usually. People don't, you know, go with that slow and steady gameplay. They're quite steady, quite calm. But PLF, TH, Cherry Myth with that opening knock. She's still trying to figure it out that what better could be done. And this is what we always talk about, that you should, you know, go with that slow and steady momentum. You should go with that slow and steady game. Muffin OP on the other end. Even she's having that momentum, but I guess Pecado is looking quite lethal right now. Pecado is looking quite dangerous right now. Team number 19 is not in a good mood. They are looking little aggressive to play along. Even NPH. Both the teams over there are not ready to give a single chance. The Russian has been done. A backup has been given. It's a third party. Ledger NPH going for the third party, and this would be really troubling. This could be really challenging at this moment. You have to be very alert. You have to be very attentive. 17 teams and 61 remaining players. Almost the elimination of 3 teams has been done. It's not a good condition. Again a off-guard angle. One wrong move, things would be quite difficult for every player out there. PLF, they are not in a good condition to play along. I think even Mercy not to show any mercy. M249, that machine gun, that beast out there, showing all true potential. Scarlet having that grenade, trying to use those grenades very rightly on the target. Waiting in, having that AKM. Going quite slow, quite steady. And we always talk about that Pecado is really very difficult to handle in. but you have to keep that calm and composure at the same moment. We don't usually see these type of gameplays, to be honest, in Picado. It's always a hot drop. People always enjoy those tough battles, those gunfights, to be honest. And we already saw those third parties. We already saw that how actually people are going around and how actually they're trying to dominate each other. A large circle, a large game coming in play. That was a clear angle. UMP-45. Not a very lethal weapon in mid-range. Ledger NPH. She's not giving any momentum to the opponents. And there's one more fight coming in. Team number 24 at some other region. They are quite alert. They're quite aggressive. I think it's a 4v2 situation. Yes, I could see that. Jasmine and Crystal not looking in a good condition. It's a counter attack. Jasmine with that hard scope angle. FLICKA, be quite alert, but there's a grenade coming from the side of FLICKA. That was quite good. Mad Max pushing in. Crystal, the last Lone Ranger surviving. Lisa going in, being quite aggressive. The counter attack by Crystal was really very good. FLICKA going in again. Mad Max. A support, instant support is really very required right now. One wrong move, things would turn around. It's a moment of 1v4 for the opponent. Crystal and Jasmine, I think the revival is going over there as well in the opponents. But you have to figure it out that how actually things could be more better. It's a push in coming in. Mad Max going in, taking in charge with that AKM. FLICKA with her. All the 4 players are now ready. It's a game of hide and seek. Jasmine. Crystal. It's a 1v2. Can she clutch it out? This is the question rising. Jasmine, that last Lone Ranger surviving for the team. That those pre-fires were really good. But I don't think it can work for a longer period of time. And it was a really easy pick for team number 24. And they did it. One more elimination of a whole team. On to the other edge, if I talk about team number 16. There you go. I'm sorry, 14 and 16. Even they're in a good condition right now. Having Picado inside the zone, a new zone formation has been done. This is what we usually talk about. This is what we usually look for. 59 remaining players. Ledger out there. Standing quite alert. Quite aggressive, and PH, even they are holding very strong. Every team out there is in a good position. Every team is trying their level best at what actually they could do. It's not going to be that easy, but yeah, PLF out there still trying to figure it out, that what the things are going to be like. THP over there, waiting in for the right moment. 4 men standing, 16 teams, 59 remaining players. And we should be looking for some new fights as well, because around the zone formation, of course, new teams would be coming in around those rotation clashes. Kuhu on the other end, trying to get some early battles. I think it's Team TH again. Ledger, every player is out holding. But if we talk about the fights, yes, there you go. It's a new fight, it's a new battle coming in. 4v2 NPH. It's a different team right now. A knock was initiated. Let's see. This is a typical Miramar fight, what we talk about, where we actually look for those aggressive fights in the mid-range with those M416. And yes, this is what it is looking like. And it wouldn't be that easy, you know, it wouldn't be that very much doable for the players and for the teams. You have to be quite planned enough, you have to be quite doable enough. One more action, team number 19. Saloni Myth has been taken down. She's knocked and the revival would be going in, but will the opponents push in? Is it the right time to push in? This is the question arising. Let's see how things could be taken down, how things could be doable over here. But yeah, let's look for the zone once, how actually the zone formation looks like, how actually new zone, what we are talking about, is looking like. It's not going to be that easy, to be very honest. Power Gride, Monte Nuevo, Pecado, these are the few regions that are actually very important. Looking at the current condition, things won't be very much doable. Things won't be very much possible for the players. A news information, most of the teams are already inside the zone, so yes, it wouldn't be that difficult. But let's see how actually they're gonna play along, how actually they're gonna look along. This is really very important. A new battle, a new fight coming in. It's team number 25 now. They are rolling in. They are rolling in with that aggressive stance. They are rolling in with that aggressive game style. GVT, that Lone Ranger over there, still trying to figure it out at what could be done. Masoom is being taken down. Yuna and other players are quite far. And this couldn't be very much possible. This couldn't be very much doable for the players and for the teams to be very much precise. But yes, you have to be very much alert, because these are the last few zones to be precise. And one wrong move, one wrong mistake, I think the whole match, how you build it up, you know, the whole procedure, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose it. No one wants to lose the things at these crucial moments. On the other edge, team number 13, even they're looking in good fights, even they're looking in some good aggressive. Goddess trying to take some shots. THP has been eliminated by those blue zone. Every team is trying to first get inside the zone and maintain that man advantage. This becomes really very important. This becomes really very needed. Nora FT over there taking some shots. Emily, even she's trying to get few more. And yes, this is what we talk about. This is always what we look for. This is what always, you know, we want, that how actually these players, how actually these teams are going to play along. Team number 25 out there, still holding in, still waiting in with that precise momentum and precise game style. But this is going to be quite difficult. And yes, it is. On the running vehicle, the shots were taken, and that were quite brutal. And even if I look for team number 22, they're not in a good position. Even team number 7, Millie, that last Lone Ranger surviving. If we look at team number 16, oh my god, what a perfect position. What a perfect position in the game of Miramar. This is what we are looking for. Height advantages. Diva FT on the top of the mountain, on the top of her hill. Totally trying to figure it out. Team GVT is not looking in a good condition. They must be eliminated in another few minutes if they're going to stay around in that position. Team number 7, GVT. And even team number 13, they're also including indulging themselves in new fights, in new battles. If I look of PF7, Yogar, team number 12, last Lone Ranger, and there's the elimination. The whole team number 12 has been eliminated. It was quite difficult, quite challenging for the players and for the teams. But there you go, GVT Millie, that last Lone Ranger, and his team GVT as well. Team GVT is also now getting eliminated one by one. Every team out there is just running out of this game. It's not going to be very easy, to be precise. It's not going to be very much easy for every team out there. Now it would be hustling. It's all about the skill set, how you're going to survive, how you're going to play, how you're going to think. What's your earliest reaction? One wrong move, things would be quite vulnerable. But yeah, team number 24 into close battle fights under the smoke. This is going to be quite difficult. Let's see how they're gonna figure it out. 4 men standing with those 2 finishers point. One player has been taken down. Liza having that S12K, still trying to wait in. Team number 18 against them. It's gonna be quite difficult. 3 players is been taken down. Liza, the last Lone Ranger surviving. Let's see what she can do. Can she clutch it out? She takes one down. Going for the second one. Is it possible? No, she tries the level best, and the whole team again gets eliminated. And now it's team number 8 into some new battles, into some new fight. But Team Trog, they played quite well. Almost 5 finishers point, but Laiba, DCG, DSG. There you go, there you go. What a game, what a game. 10 finishers point, 2 men standing. If they barely manages to go inside the zone and get some position points as well, I think they must get a lot of points from this match. And yes, they'll manage to get the zone very, very hardly. And now the next zone would be more challenging. Even team number 18, they have those man advantage, they have those finishers point, they have all the ingredients that is required to win this particular match. And now the question is that how will they execute the things up? Team RG, it's a battle, it's a battle now. It's a 4v4 battle. Nainu is still waiting for the right moment. True Gaming outside the area, trying to close in, and yes, she does that. She closes in, but there you go. It's Trog Esports, ladies and gentlemen, for you. 8 finishers point. Another few finishers point again rolling in into their backpacks. This is what we were looking for. 6 teams out there. And now things would be quite difficult. Now things would be more challenging for the players and the teams. Ooh. Now DSG waiting in for the right moment. Trog, even they are trying to figure it out how they could go inside the zone and get that holdability. Gu Energy tried the level best, but over there, Lucy, she was trying to give a surprise attack. Scarlet is still the Lone Ranger surviving for the player. Having that S12K is always a plus point in the close range, but one wrong. Miss hit. And he cannot bear it anymore. 3 teams. 11 remaining players. Every team wants that taste of chicken dinner. Let's see how they're gonna do. Rating even Trog. They are in a 2v2 split. They don't have the zone advantage. But now the question is that how they're going to get the zone. Every team is not in a good condition, is not in a good position. How they're gonna go along. Taking some random shots as if I got Emily over there on a different position, trying to cross the road. The tree, one good grenade over here, and things would be vulnerable. Boba barely surviving, those few HP, and yes, now Trog is down to 3 men. They've lost those players, and this would be quite difficult. This would be quite challenging. Trexie with those multiple grenades. Dashin is coming in. This was a smart move by Trexie, but there you go. It's Trog. Brilliant. Multiple shots are being taken from each angle, and they're not ready to give up. They're not ready to give up like this. 3 teams, 11 players. Each team is struggling hard to get those finishers point. And this is what we talk about. This is what we are looking for. Those end zone chaos, those end zone battles. And there you go. Now it's top 2 teams. But the tougher situation is Nenu is the last Lone Ranger. 2 players have already been knocked. Team number 25, all the 4 players are standing right now. Would be a 4v2. Those grenades, those throwables, those holdability would be quite difficult. Mioxi rolling in under the smoke, trying to take some random shots. Will she be successful? This is the question. This is the question. Multiple shots from multiple angles. Each team trying to figure it out how to take the chicken run. There's one go. Myoxi takes one down. Nanu, that last Lone Ranger surviving for the team. It's a 1v3. Myoxi with that S12 kick going in, all in. Can she clutch it out? No, that was quite difficult. She misses it. But yeah, that was a pretty decent game. If I talk about frag, yeah, this is the team getting that chicken run. And if I look at those finishes point, it's almost 12 finishes point. That's a huge number. 12 finishes point with those place points. I think this is what we always talk about when you have that, men advantage along with those finishes point, and you keep that balance throughout the zone, and especially in the last zone, when you trust your people. I think this is the result what you're looking for. But this was the first game. There are another 2 games coming out there. Stay connected, because the next 2 games gonna be the deciding ones. We'll be having the winners as well. Till then, please like, subscribe, share, and do support us. Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back, and this is Diwali Dhamaka Battle presented by Vortex Esports. So this is your boy Eagle, and yes, this will be the second match of the day. The map of Erangel, the heart of PGMI, and yes, very soon we would be moving towards the fly path, and we would be watching that how actually these things gonna play around and how actually the fly path will look like. But yeah, before that, if you haven't liked the stream, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well. Talking about the fly path, I think it's quite decent, quite precise to be looking forward. But yes, at the same time, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream with your friends, with your mates, and do show your support as well, because your support is something that is really very much required to us. But yes, above all those things, this would be the second match of the day. So yes, if you're enjoying the stream, please don't forget to show your love and support. But yeah, very soon we'll be moving towards the fly path as well, and we would be watching that how actually the fly path looks like and what are the major drop locations. Yeah, and if we talk about the fly path, yeah, here what it looks like, starting from the southwestern parts of the region, southeastern parts of the region, ending around the northeastern parts of the region, somewhere School, Georgia Pool, Pochinki are the few major drop clashes to be taken care of. And we would see that how actually these drop clash will be taken care by these teams, and how actually they're gonna engage themselves in these fights and learn around. But over here, what I could see is in Erangel, in the map, and in Pochinki, we could see two teams fighting over there. Apart from that, Georgiapil is also one of the region where there's some drop clashes. So heavy hot drop clashes is always fun to watch around, that how actually these players and these teams gonna lie around and play along. But yeah, if I look forward to other players and other teams, even they are not very much sure that how actually they're gonna execute those fights and execute those battle. 20 teams, exactly 74 remaining players right now over here, and all the teams are very much ready for those aggressive challenging fights. It's a 2v4 battle coming in play. Each and every team is trying to figure it out that what best could be done. Even in Pochinki, all the teams, it's a 2v4 battle though, but I don't think so they would take a chance. So yeah, this is what we always talk about, this is what we always look for. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and share the stream as well, because this is something that is really very important to us. 20 teams, 74 remaining players. Step Mommy is still trying to figure it out, the best position out there. Faith plays, even she is trying to get the holdings and the best durability in those locations. Archie Gaming in Georgiapil city region is still trying to figure it out, but there you go. Faith player has been spotted and eliminated very quickly. Step Mommy, now she being the lone ranger surviving for the team. Let's see what she could do, let's see how she can execute the things and plans out there. But it's a 1v4, of course. I am very much sure that NPH won't give them a lot of chance from here. But over there, it's a new battle coming in. Archie Gaming, Wizzy OG dashing in to these new fights. They're taking the players down. It's team number 20, I guess. Yes, it's team number 20 trying to totally rule in and get those finishes point. One more spotting, two players. I think they have lost the momentum. This was the turn where actually they could make it up, and multiple players have been taken down. Goddess barely surviving those few HP. Arya AES, she's having that nice HP right now, but other than revival, what she can do, this is the question rising. Under the smoke, Runa AES, she's also waiting, and some random shots are coming under the smoke. It's not very easy to dodge those shots. But yeah, you have to be very much careful. You have to be very much alert. From other than this, we can see some more fights. Oh, what a grenade, I guess so. What a grenade. There's one more pick coming in from Pochinki, and the whole elimination of the squad has been done. But it's not over yet, because Georgopol City has a lot more chaos coming in. Though one squad is being eliminated, that wouldn't be enough. ADL, Karal Devi. She's still standing with the TPP angle and with the DBS into her hands. Moving in with that aggression and moving in with that confidence. That is really very much required. Having M416, she can switch to DBS. It may come to refill. Oh, that was a good shot. That was a good shot. She completed. She was not very much sure about this. And yes, this is what we are talking about. NBH. Yes, it's a 1v1 battle going here as well. Those hide and seek, those rat cat chase won't run for a longer period of time. You have to be quite careful. Every step taken from here would be quite dangerous. 19 teams, 64 players. Oh, that's a connection. That's a connection coming in. Yes, she does that beautifully. But this is not enough. Now it will come to a third party battle where these two final teams were fought with 1-1 team already and got those finishes point and head start as well. Now they have to actually understand at how things gonna run along. 18 teams, elimination of 2 teams has already been done. 65 remaining players. Let's see how actually this battle will roll on. But apart from this region, if I look at other region, other fights, Pochinki is very much cleared. There's no drop clash. There's no rotation clash, to be precise. Every team is moving quite slowly, quite steadily with that, all the efforts and a proper mindset. But over there, yeah, team ADL, I could find this particular team. Even team number 19, they are looking in a quite good condition. They're looking in a quite holdable condition. But yeah, all the 4 players are rotating around, trying to figure it out, the best position what it could be. And if I talk about the Georgopol region, yeah, they are disengaging the fights. That is also a very, nice way to get inside the zone, because we always prefer going inside the zone and taking the zone and, trying to figure it out that what could be much better than this, taking those not very fruitful fights. And that is also a good region. But there's new fight coming in Yasna Polyana. I always love fights around the larger cities like Yasna Polyana, Georgopol cities and stuff like that, because it brings a lot of chaos, a lot of moments, a lot of flankings and surprises. And this is what it is looking like. Nora FT with that grenade. There are already 2 players and they're getting inside the building. You have to be careful. There's no instant support. Having a DBS and they'll run around. They'll run around you. You have to be really, really be careful. Holding a DBS. Again that TPP. This was not a very great move. This is the second player coming in. It could be a sandwich, because the other players can come and roll over here. DBS is quite a lethal weapon. Noriko from the ground floor. She is rolling in. Diva FT. If these guys can go up, I think things could be vulnerable. Things could be very quite sandwich for the teams. Nora FT on the top floor, waiting for the right turn, waiting for the right moment. Picks FT again with those grenades. Diva FT with that grenade. Finally, she does that. Nora FT over there. She's also trying to come in, but was it her own grenade? But Diva FT is totally rolling in with her EMP45. She has taken one more player down, and it's that last Lone Ranger surviving. Picks FT. She's been taken down. It was a surprise attack coming in. Everything is now on Noriko and Diva. Everything, each and every move from here would be quite important. Diva FT is still waiting in, going in with that grenade. It was not very fruitful, and now that Lone Ranger Norika, she's surviving. It's a 1v2 battle. Tables have now turned. You have to be quite careful if you jump. Of course, they'll know your location. Uh-oh! It's full of surprises. You jumped on the ground floor. A player was already waiting for you. And you didn't know how things could happen. But there you go. There you go. You're entering from the building in front of your opponent. Oh my god. This was really very hilarious move. Well, if I talk about the current situation, 16 teams, 57 remaining players, some new battles, some new fights always roll in. There's Milda where we could see some new action, and even in Pochinki again. So yeah, it's always fun to watch, those rotation clashes. But let's see how actually the initiation will take place. Those grenades under the smokes are coming in Ledger and PH in the last game. It was not very fruitful for this particular team, but she is been taken down. And now it's onto the other few players. Let's see, can they give a TPP cover fire? This is the question arising. They're still trying to figure it out that what could be done. If I talk about Chicken, she's very close to the opponents, but she's not making noise. 16 teams, 55 remaining players. This could be quite struggling and troubling. Munchkin is still hiding around. Still waiting for the right jump, going all in under the smoke. I think this move is not very fruitful, and yes, it is not. You cannot go blindly and rush in blindly like this. And the last player, Baby Mole, is surviving for the team, but not anymore. And there you go. One more elimination of one more team. 15 teams, 53 remaining players. And if I talk about Trog, yes. Even these two players, they're hiding around, they're waiting around. That what best could be done. Playing quite steadily, quite slowly. And yes, this is what always we talk about. This is what always we look around. Team 9S, even they are looking under the fight. $14 teams, 51 remaining players. Almost the elimination of 6 teams has been done. Be careful. Be careful. It's a new battle coming in. Team number 24 looking in trouble. Their players are getting eliminated one by one. And to be honest, if you get eliminated in splits, it's not very useful without proper planning or proper holdability or proper doability, that how actually you're going to get inside the zone, or what actually your strategy is looking like. But yeah, at this point of the game, it's just the time to understand and do it. 14 teams, 49 remaining players. A lot of eliminations are taking place. GVT Masoom over there. Rolling in last match was not very good for the team GVT. Let's see how actually they'll go in this particular match. On the other end, it's Team TA, 4 men standing. No finishers point yet. Going in with that slow, steady, quite an ideal approach, what we talk about. And KLBC, they are looking quite aggressive. They got 4 finishers point, and every player out there is having 1 finish point. So yeah, I believe even they are having a quite good time over there, having those finish point and man advantage, rolling out with the vehicles so that they could go anywhere. And I think they have found Team GVT. Will they crash in? Will they dash in? This is the question arising right now. I guess rotation clash may happen, or may not. Even team number 25 are rolling in. Everywhere wherever you're going, it could be a troubling situation. And I think yes it is. See, it's a fight from a running vehicle. Mariam, Mamza, these 2 players have taken 1 player down, and they're not ready to give up so easily. Team GVT in that split, Team TA in that split, would be quite lethal, and now they would stop at a decent position to figure it out that how actually they could go in. But two players, KLBC, the two players are now down, and this isn't the approach what they were looking for. This isn't a game what they were asking for. And yes, you go. Jerry is now charging in. Nala, that last lone ranger surviving for the team. Let's see what she can do. Holding S2 very hardly going in. Oh, Nala! I thought that she could clutch it out. It was a moment. But anyhow, Team GVT manages it. That was something very impeccable coming out of nowhere. And it was a really good move. I feel that, you know, if you go with that same intensive approach again and again, things would turn around. But there you go. It's a surprise attack, what we always talk about. Yuna coming in, playing along, getting those third-party men advantage. Will that push come in? And yes, it is coming in. Jerry giving that revival. I don't think so. It is the right time. Those Molotovs, those grenades will crush you in from everywhere. And yes, it is doing it. Jerry won't survive for a longer period of time. And Team A, last player, Muffin, was surviving. And there you go. The elimination has been done. Continuously so many elimination. 12 teams are surviving. Almost elimination of 8 teams has been done. 39 remaining players. And this game is going quite lethal. This game is going totally lethal. Third parties again and again. And it's a new team. Now it's team number 19. It's not actually third party to be precise. It's a fifth party coming in. And they want to enjoy that meal. Cherry Myth again and again. Getting those shots very rightly. Under the smoke. And it really doesn't matter right now. The only thing that matters is how you can get those finishes point. Oh, M416 full zigzags. That was very great. Millie does that. Poison Myth. She is also in a good position. Having that grenade. Millie. Will that grenade fall in the right location? I don't think so. But there's a push coming in. Poison Myth. Taking some random shots. GVT Millie. Areas 30-16. 12 remaining players. And this is going to be quite tough. Myth totally going in, trying to figure it out at how the things could be changed. And this is the stage for, I think, the game of rat and cat won't run for a longer period of time. And this is what we look for, really. Trying to scan the players that how actually they could roll in. But there's few more fights that would roll in inside the zone. And the battle inside the zone is always different from battle which is outside the zone, because the pressures are different. You have to get inside the zone, but the battle inside the zone that you have to defend. For now, Frag Panda over there waiting in. GVT left that fight. Melee was the last Lone Ranger player surviving from that team, and it is always better that you go if you're the last Lone Ranger surviving from the team. Go for approaches like you wait, you study, and then you implement the things. And this is But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we would discuss more on the matches and other things. But if you haven't liked the stream, please do go. Just hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share the stream, and do show your support. But PLF, I guess Millie has been spotted. It's not going to be a good position for a longer period of time. Outside the zone, it's always quite troubling. Let's see with what plans Team PLF gonna roll in. Every player out there with those vehicles. If I look at Scarlet also, I think she's not in a good position to be taken care of, but elimination of 9 teams has been done. Avni over there has been taken down again. Multiple shots. Core having a new fight, a new battle. 11 teams, 29 remaining players. Core has also been taken down. One by one. Every team over there is shutting down and getting back to the lobby. 11 teams, 9 remaining players. You have to be quite careful. You have to be quite alert at this point of the time. One wrong move, things totally won't work for you and your team. 11 teams, 26 remaining players. Uh-oh. Let's see how things gonna roll in. But on the other edge, if I look at the opposite position, I think that is also not pretty good. Shrew Gaming, if I talk about Emily, she's also holding quite hard. Oh, that is a good shot. Emily, R6. A great spray rolling in. A great spray coming in. 11 teams, 24 remaining players. Oh my goodness. Even team NPH. They're also having quite a good cover. But on the other end, GVT Millie. Is not in a good condition to play along. Because being the Lone Ranger surviving, you cannot pull off the game like that. But let's see how actually their strategies and potential work around. 9 teams, 21 remaining players. All the fights are rolling in from everywhere. Isha has been taken down. You see the last Ranger surviving for the team. Will she be able to clutch it out? This is the question. I think it's a 1v1 battle coming in. A good shot with that S12K. This is what we always look for. Oh. You have to be careful. 6 teams. Now it's 6 teams. 15 remaining players. Shrew Gaming. On the other end, the Lone Ranger barely. She is surviving with everything what she can, but not for a longer period of time. And there you go. It's team number 13 again with those man advantage rolling in and showing the true colors. 4 teams, 13 remaining players. And every team is coming with those man advantages. And if you have those man advantage, you will surely roll in up. Team TH Mercy. Oh, be careful. This could be a wrong move. Under the smoke, they're totally charging in and getting those finishers point. And it could be the elimination of Team TH. The whole team is now down. Those grenades and molotovs would totally work around. For how long? And there you go. It's elimination of whole team. 2 teams, 8 remaining players. This is what we were talking about. That's a great game coming in. It's a proper 4v4 battle. It's a proper 4v4 battle that is coming in play. And we would love to see which team actually shows a true coordination. NPH, though they are 4 men standing. Luna is still down, taking those random shots. Trexie, even Astral, R6 and Emily are down. Will she allow to go in and charge? And yes, she does that. She charges in. Those revival was going on, but oh my goodness! What they are up to. Was it a wrong move? Team NPH is now 4 men. And Scooby, that last Lone Ranger surviving for the team. Let's see what she can do. It's a 1v2 coming in with that DBS. She takes 2 down. But there you go. It's a finally winner chicken dinner coming for none other than the one and only Team NPS. The way they pulled it off was truly fantabulous. Almost 10 finishers point. It's a quite huge number. 10 finishers point with that chicken dinner. I think this is what we always look for. This is what we always talk about, that if you have that man advantage and player advantage at the end zone, and if your opponent also have that, then it only depend upon, you know, how you actually do true coordination, what we were talking about. But yes, this would be the end of second match, and now we will be moving towards the third match of the day, which is again in the map of Miramar. But that map would be the deciding one for our winners, for our runner-ups and everything, that who actually get those bragging rights as well as the chunk of prize pool. But for now, we'll be taking a short break and we'll be coming back very soon. Okay, so well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Diwali Dhamaka battle presented by Vortex Esports. Myself, Eagle, and this is gonna be the last match and final deciding match as well. Let's see who gonna take those bragging rights of Diwali Dhamaka battle, as well as who gonna take those a chunk of prize pool at the same time. But before that, we would be moving towards the fly path and watching around that how actually the fly path is going to look around. Almost 20 teams participated in the final tournament. Before that, it was almost 500 plus teams who played along and managed their journey to come over here. But before that, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do like the stream, subscribe the channel and share as well. If we're quickly moving towards the fly path and watching around at how actually the fly path looks like, how actually teams gonna play along and what actually their strategies would be like in their last match of this particular tournament. So let's go. Well, if I talk about the fly path, it looks pretty decent and little bit biased towards the northwestern parts of the region. Starting from these northeastern parts of the region, ending around the southwestern parts of the region, I think Montenegro and Power Grid, El Pozo, Arcedel, Petron, and Crater Fields would be the regions what we are talking about, and would be really special to look at that. Can we see those drop clashes over there or not? But yeah, along the side, I think it's also really very much needed that how actually they can pull off the things towards Chumakera, Montenegro, and El Pozo, Minas del Valle, and Los Leones. So yeah, oh, this is a typical Miramar game where we are watching almost 40 to 50% area under the water, and the other regions what we are looking for is almost Los Leones, where there's no quite effective fly path going above it. But yeah, if you glide around, you can anyhow manage that. But if I talk about the fights, that's really very important right now, because the fights are really very much needed and really very much required. At the same time, El Pozo is always very much needed and always very much required. But if I talk about the northern parts, we could see some more action over there as well. But before we start with the action, what is really very much important, and that is your support. Your support is something that's really needed all the time, and you can show that by showing some love in the live comment section. Do support for your favorite team, do spam your favorite team, favorite player name, so we can also understand that actually which team is getting the maximum support out here. But yeah, 18 teams, 70 remaining players. If I talk about ADL, it's in the heart of Miramar, which is Pecado, and we always love to watch fights in Pecado and Pochinki when it's about a wrangle. So yeah, we would love to see how actually they're going to take along and how actually they're going to fight along and what actually their strategies will look like. But yeah, let's see what will be their holdability. And okay, coming back, there was some technical issue and we really solved that very quickly. But yeah, Pecado, if I talk about the current situation, Lexa Gaming over there and FLICKA R6 on the other region, we can see these teams as well. There are drop clashes coming in, but we couldn't see a lot of actions and a lot of fight, to be precise. And yeah, the finally action are coming in. Team PLF are on different location, and it's quite difficult to take those action into narration. FLICKA R6 getting those throwables very rightly, and this is what we always look for. This is what we always talk about, that how they actually go along and how actually they play along. But if I talk about the different regions, so yeah, over here also we could see some more fights, some more actions. Even they are looking quite aggressive and quite doable. 17 teams, 66 remaining players, almost elimination of 3 teams is being done. And it's gonna be quite difficult, it's gonna be quite challenging and uphold it as well. But yes, you have to keep that calm and you have to keep that composure at the same time. If we talk about the fights, well, yeah, fights are also very much doable. Fights are also very much holdable and not very easy for the teams right now. If you look at Team TH, they have got some good start, some good connections, but Pecado is still a region to worry out. We could see some finished feed running around. 17 teams, 65 remaining players, but apart from that, PLF again coming in play, and they're trying to figure it out at how actually they could get those finishers point from here. And even in Pecado, so multiple fights are going along in different multiple regions, and this always happens in Miramar, and especially when it is the last match of the day. I mean, you know, player always play with that intensity and doability, that how actually they can spoil other games who are in the race and how they can make their own game. But yeah, apart from this, team number 3 also not a good situation. Team PLF also trying to figure it out that what best can be done. Mad Max onto the other end, holding that position quite hard and tight, trying the level best to get those finishes point out from there. 65 remaining players are out there and 17 teams we could see. So it's very much important and it's very much holdable and doable for the teams to be going around. Well, you have to be quite alert. I think the action is taking place. Lily on the other end is not in a good mood, and there you go, Lily has been taken down. Where are the other players actually? Shuve is having that grenade. Will that grenade make an impact? This is the question rising under the smoke. That grenade, though, was in the right position, but I'm not sure will it make an impact or not. Shuve, you have to be quite alert. You have to be quite attentive and progressive at this point of the game. NPH Runa is taking picks FT off. Multiple fights. It's not one fight that is coming in play. Every team is now rolling in with something or the other, and we are watching one more fight in San Martin. We'll quickly jump over that fight. And yes, in San Martin also, Scooby is having a very tough angle to be taken care of. One more player has been taken down. You have to be very much alert. Shoe Gaming, the last Lone Ranger surviving, and she's sitting very quietly. This is the strong move what we always talk about, that when you are the Lone Ranger surviving for the team, you have to, you know, play along like that and understand that what the smart moves you can build in and come up with. And this is the smart move what we always look around for. But yeah, it's not a single region where the fights are going on. 16 teams, elimination of 4 teams is being done. 55 remaining players. Let's see how they're gonna roll up and be careful, be careful. Only the helmet was visible, and Shuve hit it very beautifully, and a push could be made. Let's see how they're rolling it up. Shuve, he does that very beautifully. That was a very good move, again going in with that same intensity and same doability. It's not going to be that easy. It's still trying to figure out a way, and yes, he does that. He pulls it off. He pulls it off very nicely, and it's a 1v3 actually. That was really very fantastic, to be honest. So smoothly, with so much calmness, he pulled it off, that 1v3. And almost 5 teams have been eliminated. Let's see how they're gonna go along. This is the question arising. 15 teams, 52 remaining players. Team number 25, they've lost 1 player. 2 men standing though. How they can pull it off, this is the question arising right now. And To be honest, as this is the last game, this won't be fruitful for all the teams. Only the teams around the top 4, top 5 position would be really fruitful. But NPH, they are having that men advantage, they are having that height advantage, and they want to roll in over here. They want to use those advantages very rightly and very nicely, and they are playing along like that. They're going along very harsh on the enemies. Prime on the other region, holding very hard, having that SKS with that 8x is the best combination, is what we always look for. And yes, now it is looking like that you can build the things up and get the potential. One more elimination has been done. 14 teams, 54 remaining players. NPH on the other end, going very slowly with a lot of credibility, but Asher is live again. Those action in Montenegro, what we were waiting for around that stadium is coming in play. But as this is the last match, guys, you need to show your love and support. You actually need to show your love and support very quickly in the chat section. To do show your support, hit that like button, subscribe the channel, share this stream with your friends, with your mates, and do support for your favorite player. Do mention that which team you're supporting, which player are you guys supporting, and everything out there. We could see on the live standing, it's almost 14 teams surviving, 50 players are out there. And yes, this is very much obvious that there's still a lot of competition left for a lot of you players. But Asher is live. Is this the right way to get in? Is this a right way? Is he doing the right thing? FLICKA on the ground floor still trying to find a way to go inside, and they're still discussing that what could be better done. But on the other end, we could see one more fight coming in, but multiple fights we cannot to be honest skip. And oh, that was a good grenade. Asher live pulled it off. A good grenade. Lisa moving with that EMP45, looking quite aggressive. One wrong move. No, she did that. One more elimination of one more team, and now only 13 teams are there. And that was a very great move. That was a very great game. Players are moving quite fastly and quite steadily. Laiba on the other end. Going in with that same flow. But I don't think that this fight could be initiated right over here. This fight could be possible right over here, to be honest. And they're backing off. They're trying some better position, some better location, to be honest. And yeah, that is also very much fine to be taken care. 13 teams, 48 remaining players. The zone is, I would say, quite big. And of course, yes, now you can set back for some time and move on very slowly and very steadily. But yeah, if I look at the zone formation, it's somewhere around the center of Los Leones. The better half of the zone, which was in water, is right now rest of the zone, and the new zone formation is favorable to most of the teams. So yeah, you can get inside the zone, get those centers, and it's always very much logically and practically possible that if you get the zone and if you have that man advantage, you would be in the top 7 or top 10, something like that. And then you just have to pull that from there with those skill set and those teamwork and coordination. But right now, what I always talk about is that how you are going to get that zone, how you're going to get that center of the zone. This is the most important question arising. So yeah, let's see how actually these players gonna play, what actually their thought process will look like, how actually they're gonna roll in and understand the game style and their pattern. So yeah, 13 teams, 48 remaining players. Just show your love and support in the chat section very quickly for your favorite team. Well, if I look at the teams, most of the teams are rolling in and trying to have a fight over there, but I could see actually a fight. Vizzy OG totally trying to dash in and understand that how actually fight. It's a 1v1 battle coming. Both are onto each other and not giving a single chance. Laiba over there is still trying to understand that what could be done, and Frog, they're looking quite aggressive and totally intolerable for the opponents. And I don't think so Liba can do a lot of things, and yes, they have lost their second last player as well. So yeah, Team Trog having 2 finishes point at the same time with those men advantage is always pleasure, especially in the end zones. Let's see how they're gonna go on. Liba still waiting in for the right time. When you're the Lone Ranger, you have a lot of responsibility and a lot of doabilities, but on the other end, it's, I guess, Team Trog again they are on the right page. BDL having the right angles, and they could do third party. It's team number 24 versus team number 18, but they have a chance to do third party. Though team number 24 has the right angle, the road crossing and everything, but if I talk about team number 18, they're trying to back off, and they very much know that if they don't back off, things would be more vulnerable. But no, they're not actually backing off, they're pushing in with their vehicles. And this is the right way, this is the aggressive way what we are talking about. With those grenades, with those throwables, they're looking unstoppable. Asher live, a 1v4 was pulled off by her, and now again she's on the roll to understand team number 18 and 24. Let's see how they're gonna take on. And that's a very smart move. You're sitting in the vehicle, no one can assume that you are inside the vehicle. Team Trog, even they are trying to figure it out that what could be done. Evelyn, every player out there is trying to understand that what can happen, how it can happen. Evelyn is very close. One wrong move, which would be very wrong. Magna could be taken down. Asher live. Asher is live. You have to be careful. The position is unrevealed. But oh my god. Just reveal the position. Will it be favorable? This is the question rising. Yes, it is. It is totally. She's taking players down. Something like other. And yes, Team Trog is now onto their knees. Last Lone Ranger surviving. Can she pull it out of a clutch? Barely surviving those 10 HP. No, she isn't. It's again a teamwork by team number 24. What a game. 8 finishes point, though they lost few players, but it's a third party coming in. Team number 20 totally wants a third party. They don't want to lose it like this, but yeah, there you go. Lexa Gaming, it's a fourth party. Team number 23 is also here, one by one. Multiple teams are rolling in. What it is, it's something else. Players are looking unstoppable. Team 20 and 23 are actually fighting, but team number 24 is inside that houses. But Asher live, she's getting those finishes point into her backpack, and that was a backstab as well. Lexa Gaming, finally they anyhow managed it, but 11 teams, 38 players, almost elimination of 9 teams. No, there's one more team coming in up. Oh my goodness. No one is ready to give up. And this is how you will play. R6 enters, and there's one more elimination. Only 9 teams. Only 9 teams are out there. And that was a pretty chaotic gameplay. That was a vulnerable gameplay, what it was looking like. But yeah, this is how actually it should be. 9 teams, 34 remaining players. EYY. And every team out there is playing in their best way possible. EYY. Again, I think the zone is not ready to support her. And yes, there's no other chance left. 9 teams, 32 remaining players. Scooby R6 on the other end. So she's still waiting. Roski, she has to get inside the zone, but I don't think so. She is having a good position out there. Every team inside lost. Leon is trying to enter and find a way. Now you have to hustle, show your skill set, show whatever you can. guess it's going to be quite troubling and quite challenging. You know, every team out there is not looking in a good position. Every team is not looking in a good hold to be taken care of. But yeah, how they actually pull it off, how they actually get it down, this is the question rising. This is the moment what we were looking for. 9 teams, 26 remaining players. Every team is now in the mood to take those fights, to show their A game play. Panda dashes in finally, and now they're ready for the fight against team number 20. And they won't give a chance, to be honest. But one wrong move, table would turn around. Oh my god, 2 more eliminations. There you go. It was just quick. It was very quick. Within a blink of an eye, 2 more elimination of 2 more teams. And they're not giving a chance. NPH, they're unable to go inside the zone one by one. Multiple teams, and now we are in the top 6 teams. This gonna be quite hectic. And no one is allowing, to be honest. We're not, you know, being allowed to playful like that, be very much playful like that. But yeah, to be honest, if you go by that same intent, same positivity, things may turn around. GVT Yuna over there. Oh, Valkyrie. That was a surprise, what we always see in Miramar. Team number 19 on the other end. Poison Myth coming in over. Getting those finishes point. Gathering it like those grenades in their backpack, but on the running vehicles, Poison got the chance. Myth over there. Still not on the right move. Team number 19. They still have to figure it out that how actually they could get the game. And even I'm very much surprised for Puchandi, team number 23, because they're the Lone Rangers surviving. And if I look at the finishes point, they have almost 4 finishes point. And the thing is that how you can, you know, take this forward with those men advantage and player advantage into your favor. But I don't think so. This would be enough. A good grenade coming in by Yuna. That was a good grenade. Every team pulling it off like something or the other. 3 team, 12 remaining players. Team GVT anyhow manages to get inside the zone, but now having that support of Fridge, those vehicles, grounds. How much more time? On the other end, Myth has been taken down. 10 teams, 10 players, 3 remaining teams. And it's a tough battle, to be honest. It looks like a 3v4v3, somewhat like that, where all the teams have this man advantage, and when you have this man advantage, it's not very much easy to pull it off. But after smoking good shots, Cherry Myth, oh my god, it's actually Cherry on the top. So name totally justify the players and their game style too. Dark Isha, she has the vehicle, she can get inside the zone, and yes, she is doing that. That's a perfect move. But yeah, she also wants those men advantages. She also wants those player advantages at this point of the time. A good push in coming in. It's a 2v2 battle on the other end. You have to be careful. Can this clutch pulled it off? Yes, it is. This player is totally phenomenal. Cherry Myth. She's proving herself on the right time. And this could be quite difficult. 2 teams, 6 remaining players, and now you have to be quite alert. Now you have to be quite reckless also. This isn't going to be that easy for everyone out there. Having those man advantage is always a favor, but I also want to see that is any player having those height advantage. Is it that possible? Takisha on the other end. Cherry Myth, when she is having that position. One good grenade. One good grenade, things would turn around. Scarlet. Be careful, you're the Lone Ranger surviving. Cherry Myth on the other end. You're on the not on the right position. With that it's a 1v1 battle. Will she able to pull it off? This is the question rising. Og versus MP45, having a DPS is also a lethal weapon into your hand. Monstrous weapon. Let's see, can she clutch it out? Oh, having a TPP angle. Having a TPP angle, utilizing it. It's 100% a grenade at the right position with that DPS. A clutch coming in, yes. She does that. She does that very beautifully, and it's a chicken dinner win coming off her TAKZ with almost looks like 13. 9 plus 11, almost 14 finishers point. It's not 13, also 14 finishers point, which was truly fantabulous. The way they played off, the way they pulled it off was truly fantabulous. And the most important thing, we always talk about teamwork. Actually, they showed how actually the coordination, teamwork, trust between the players is done. And the way they pulled it off was truly very beautiful. But yes, this was the final day. We have our champions. You can follow Vortex Esports on their Instagram and can know what about the champions and runner-up as well. We would be ending the day over here, and you were a great audience, to be honest. You can hit the like button, subscribe the channel, share this stream, and also if you enjoy the stream, you can comment the favorite part in the chat section as well. We would be taking the leave. Thank you guys. Stay safe, take care, and keep supporting us.